All right, we wanted to share with you a little trip I took to one of Buffalo's most historic locations, and that is the Buffalo Central Terminal. So why don't we catch up at the progress that they're making with all of the renovations.
Looking over Buffalo, Central Terminal stands as a reminder of Buffalo's past and the possibilities of Buffalo's future.
Construction started on the terminal in 1927 as one of the best examples of Art Deco architecture our city, our region, or even the United States could afford to put out.
After only 2 short years of construction, the 523,000 square foot terminal was opened in June of 1929. Buffalo Central Terminal remained open for 50 years.
Unfortunately, prior to the Great Depression, it was open. Then, of course, we went through the Great Depression. We still had train travel, but with the advancement of the automobile and the flight into the suburban areas, we didn't need to have that much train transportation any longer because people like to drive themselves. Eventually, in October of 1979, the last train left the Buffalo Central Terminal.
In 1979, the last train left Buffalo Central Terminal. After this, the Central Terminal entered a period where it was passed from owner to owner. It was during this time that the beautiful representation of Art Deco architecture was stripped.
Most of the, in fact, all of the gorgeous Art Deco sconces, ceiling fixtures, railings for our mezzanine area, anything that was of any value, including stub outs from the plumbing, were pulled out of the walls. Anything that could be found was destroyed.
And while many stories do not have a happy ending, it was through the legal action taken following the plunder of Central Terminal that Buffalo began to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
In 1997, the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation had a very strange birth, you might say. It was in Housing Court, where one of the owners of the terminal at that time was, fighting the charges against him. And said, well, if you want it that bad, I'll give it to you for $1. And Scott Field took $1 out of his wallet, and the rest is history.
Once in the caring hands of the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation, the future of this Buffalo landmark became clear.
Since then, we have come up with a reuse plan for the terminal. It will be the Center for Restoration Arts and Sciences. We felt that this was a great way to not only take care of the building and the terminal itself and the campus of the terminal, but also to lift the Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood as well. Workforce development, economic development, and of course, education.
And with hard work, dedication, and of course respect for the past, Central Terminal can and will hopefully be returned to its former glory.
It was the hub of transportation. It can be again. We have, a small stop on Exchange Street. We have a cinder block building on Dick Road. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have this grand building up once again for people to pass through and see what Buffalo is really made of, rather than just a cinder block building?
And of course, the best way to experience is to go in yourself. And if you're interested in doing that, you can find out more about the Central Terminal on their Hard Hat Sunset Tour tomorrow at August 10th. That's at 5 p.m. They also have a lot of other cool tours that take you to parts that you won't usually get to see with the Hard Hat Tour. So go to their website. That's buffalocentralterminal.org for all of the information on tours. It's a great place to sort of reconnect with the past. But right now, we're heading over to the Kitchen World Kitchen.